Everyone, we've got a 2014 Citroen DS4 and we've got a weird electric window fault on this, so let's have a look. So the problem we've got with this one is the driver's side electric window works fine, but the passenger side one doesn't work at all from the driver's switch. Works fine from the passenger switch, but not from the driver's switch. I'm told the customer's tried a switch, but it looks like he's tried two switches in it, because we've got one fitted and then we've got two here as well. So they tried the switch to no avail, so the switch hasn't cured it. So let's get into it and see if we can have a look. Looking at the wiring diagram here, these down here are the window motors. And we've got a window switch here. But what I think, the window motors act as like a module, I think, on these ones, and they are joined by this yellow wire, which will be some sort of communication wire. By the way, it goes straight from one motor to another motor. So I think that's what we need to be looking at. That is going to be our communication wire. So I'd like to test that. So we pulled door cards off, and we're going to have a quick look at the wiring anyway. I presume the powers and grounds are going to be good because the window does work from its own switch. So because it's only not working from the master switch, I think it will be something along this wire. I don't know, we'll see. Right, so I've got both door cards off now. Driver's side doesn't look like anyone's ever been there. It all looks like it came out of the factory. The passenger side though, that has definitely had some trauma in its life, and someone has definitely been there. Yeah, what can I say? So you just have to take your time with this, because if you just pull on it too hard, it will tear and it will end up looking like the passenger side one did. I don't know if you can come around and see this side, look. It's just adhesive, that's all that holds it on. And if you get it off with a scraper, take your time, you can get it off without tearing it and ripping it to shreds. You just need to take your time with it. And there's our electric window plug. We can get to the plug now. All off in one piece, not torn it, so it should all stick down back alright. Right, we've got the scope now. Pin 5 was supposed to be our LIN circuit. Plug it back in. Right, so there is LIN there. Blind, can't see what I'm doing. Right, okay, so we've got a good LIN signal there. Get rid of that. So let's go and see if we've got a LIN signal at the passenger side one. Being all ripped apart makes it very easy to get to the plug. But I don't need to be getting in the LIN. Let me just unplug it. Oh, we have got a lens signal. Right, so my suspicion was incorrect then. So we've got a lens signal there. So I think that only leaves the motor then. We've got a power, we've got a ground, the motor works. So it's got to be, oh, excuse me, it's got to be the motor. Let's get a motor ordered. So Evelina, my camera lady, has just asked me, how do we know that it's the motor? So I've not explained it clear enough, so I apologise. So we've only got 5 wires going to the motor on this, plug, which has got a control module built onto the motor. I don't know if you can see that there. We've got power and ground, which I'm not going to bother checking. I know they're good because the motor works from its own switch. So power and ground have got to be good. We've got 2 wires, which are the green and the grey. They go, and I remember this from the diagram earlier, they go direct to this switch, which we have got the grey and the green there. Now we could check continuity and everything, but the window does work from this switch when the ignition's on. It's off now, but the window does work from this switch. So I know those 2 wires are good, otherwise it wouldn't work. That only leaves the network wire, the LIN wire, which is that one, which can control when you operate it from the driver's side switch. It tells this window to go up and down. So I thought this I've seen this before as well, this LIN cable could be broken. Probably one of the door bends is the most common one. I was expecting to find that, but we've just tested it and we've got a good LIN signal there. So that only leaves, we've tested everything to the motor, it only leaves the motor. It will be the control module part of the motor, nonetheless, it needs a motor. Right, okay, so we've got the motor has arrived, and I did try it before we started filming, and I'll be honest with you, I thought I was going to end up with a bit of egg on my face. So we've got the motor, and I didn't fit it or anything, I just plugged it in, like so, to try it. And is the ignition on? The ignition's on. If I operate it, works fine from this switch, but if we use the driver's side switch, nothing happens. Exactly the same as the one on it, which made me doubt my diagnosis. Now it's a pretty simple system. We've only got power, ground, 2 wires from this switch, and a LIN circuit, which we've tested with the scope. So I'm pretty confident the wiring was there, but I did check it all again to make sure, and it does seem okay. So I ordered a different brand. I mean, this is a brown box, there's no brand on this, but we ordered a different brand electric window motor, which looks pretty similar. We've plugged this one in, and works on that side, but this one also works on that side. So this one is AC roll car, but this one does work. So all I can presume is there must be different variants, and this box on the top must be different. So that one must be a lower specification, and that box doesn't have the LIN circuit in. It's got the pins inside the plug, so you wouldn't know, but doesn't recognise the signal telling it to go up and down from the other switch. So that could catch you out. It almost caught me out, because I really did doubt myself. So make sure you get the right one. If you're in doubt, I guess get a genuine one, but you know, we're trying to save the customer a bit of money at the end of the day. But it, you know, costs us a bit of time. But we'll get it fitted now anyway and get it fixed. So I'm just going to replace the window regulator. I've loosened the 2 bolts on the clamp on the glass, and we've just got 3 bolts that hold the regulator to the door. Can't see any markings on it, so I don't know if it's a genuine unit, if it's the original one, or it's been replaced in the past. Doesn't look particularly old, so it might have had the wrong one fitted in it all along. Doesn't fit in the gap very well. So the hardest bit, it would appear, is getting it to fit through the hole in the door. The rest of it ain't too bad. Switch ignition for us. It's in economy mode, left started up. French car again. What's gone wrong now? Oh, there we go. This setup is slightly different to the one we took out. The bracket where it goes onto the glass. Hopefully now it will relearn it stops. There we go. We'll just try it from the other door now, which is the whole problem we had initially. There you go. So all that was caused by faulty unit on top of the motor, which is part of the motor. Just put the door cards back on and we're done. Right, so we got there in the end. a little bit, but that's really because you fit a new part, you expect, and you fit a new part and it doesn't work, then you start doubting your diagnosis. We did it right, we did diagnose it right, so I suppose I should have been more confident. But you know, like I say, a brand new part that doesn't work, you always question how you've got there. I've since spoke to a friend of mine who works at a Peugeot Citroen garage, and he's told me that there's two different systems that are on a lot of Peugeot and Citroen cars. Some of them use a 4-wire system on the window motors, and some of them use a 5-wire system, which has got the LIN bus circuit on it. The problem you've got is they all look the same because they actually use a 6-pin plug, and they only use either 4 or 5 of the pins. And when you buy, if you buy a genuine one, you shouldn't really ever have a problem because you're going to be supplied with the right one, chances are. But if you buy an aftermarket and you get it from a factory or some sort of aftermarket supplier, they're probably not going to know what they're selling you. They're just selling you a regulator, and they don't seem to have the information that tells you that, you know, that tells them, and they can pass on to you whether it is the one that is LIN bus or not. So I mean, the price will probably tell you a little bit whether it's the right one or not. So with ours, the first one we got was the cheaper alternative, which was about £75, I think, something like that. And then the second one we fitted was about £175, I think. So it's quite a difference. And physically, they look exactly the same. It's just a LIN circuit that is different. So just one to watch out for. Anyway, we're all there now. Everything all works as it should. So please don't forget to like and subscribe if you found it at all interesting or useful. And it really helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one.